Have you ever asked yourself, what am I here for? Or where have I gone wrong? Or what is my purpose? Well, today we'll dive into a book that will address those very questions. Hi, welcome to Power Book Barista. My name is Kenny DuBose and I'll be your host. On this channel, we serve up fun, easy to read power books that are designed to help you hack life's challenges, obstacles, and pitfalls. We'll even be enjoying coffee from around the world. So if you're new to the channel and that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Today we'll be jumping into the world of the on-purpose person, Making Your Life Make Sense, written by Kevin McCarthy. It follows the journey of a man that grew to be utterly unhappy with how his life turned out. I'd even venture to say that he'd become depressed. There was even a point where he contemplated ending it all. Man, you're getting ahead of the story. Start at the beginning. Really? Who put a flashback transition in my video? Okay, let's get down to business. Our book begins with our main character who describes himself as the self-proclaimed awkward kid who hid in the crowd and went with the flow just so he could stay on others' good side. As a matter of fact, that was his strategy in college. Pretty much just sit back, watch what other people do, and do what they did. Now that worked for him. He became popular, he joined student government, and he really enjoyed being the big man on campus. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So after he graduated, he got a good job with a top firm. He got married because his friends were doing the same, and honestly, it wasn't a bad move for his career. Over time, he climbed the ladder with his company, bought a nice house in the suburbs with a picket fence, had a car in the garage, had 2.3 kids. Perfect life, right? Or was it? Now, somewhere along the way, even though he was the boss, he lost the zeal for his job. He was in debt because the more he made, the more he spent. Like most of us, he became estranged from his wife, his parents, his siblings, and even his kids. He was so busy making a living, he really didn't have a life. Sound familiar? He was living a reactionary life and kind of doing what other people wanted him to do, and it began to bog him down. He lost touch with his dreams, he began drinking, he even contemplated divorce and suicide. Is any of this sounding familiar? Now, it was along this time when he remembered hearing about a professor who people call the on-purpose person. It was rumored that he helped other people find their purpose in life and live on purpose. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where life gets interesting. But first, let's get some coffee. Brutal Awakening is one of the best coffees I've tasted in a while. It's normally just what I need to get me going in the morning or when I'm late night grinding in the office, editing this fabulous footage. Even when I drank it black, which isn't really off, I didn't get that familiar, bitter aftertaste that I find with a lot of high volume commercial brands. I guess there's something to be said for Blackout Coffee Company's small batch roasting process. Anyway, don't take my word for it. If you're a coffee drinker, then hit up the BOCC in the link below if you're interested. They'll even give you 10% off your first order. Well, like they say, stay on your grind, so let me get back to it. That's some good coffee. If you would like to help me out with my coffee list, put a suggestion in the comments below. Or if you want to participate in the poll over on Facebook or Instagram, check those out over there. In this book, you'll meet 7 key characters that come from all walks of life. They act as our main character's guide to being on purpose. As with anything in life, he has to go through a phase of discovery before he reaches his transformation and gets the reward of being on purpose. Now, when I read this book, I was kind of wondering why our main character didn't have a name. Go look, I dare you. If you find it, let me know. And I was about a quarter of the way through before I realized, spoiler alert, that I was reading about myself. This book will probably help you to self-actualize as well. Isn't that this book's purpose? Really? Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. This book is broken down into 3 easy-to-follow stages that I spoke of earlier that helped him to begin on his journey to being on purpose. But the discovery stage has 3 distinct stages. Step 1, coming out of our own chaos takes one single step. I learned how to prioritize 8 fundamental areas of my life in the tournaments, which created a new order. For all you competitive types out there, the tournaments are elimination rounds designed to help you focus on and prioritize what's important in your life, to realize your purpose, to be an on-purpose person. The tournaments really helped me to break down specific aspects of my life and to give me a really good place to start. I would challenge you to put your life through the tournaments so that you can figure out or confirm your on-purpose life. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details of the tournament in this video, but if that's something you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Step 2. As I said, the tournaments helped me to focus my key ones. Now it was time to put that main draw to work. But first I had to understand the difference between being effective and being efficient. Being efficient is doing things right. Being effective is doing the right thing. Yeah, that got me at first too. But when you read the book, it'll all be clear. You'll learn, as I did, how to create an ideal on-purpose day. To create a time budget so you can not only know when you're on purpose, but to be able to distinguish when you're living off purpose. And don't worry about how unrealistic your first time budget will be. You'll be adjusting it as you get closer to discovering your true purpose. If you're getting some value and some insight from this overview, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Now back to the book. Step 3, developing on-purpose statements partly based on the previous 2 steps. I learned how to create specific and focused statements of purpose, mission, philosophy, vision, and wants. This is where your pages might turn yellow with highlighter like mine did. So be ready. You'll see how your life roles could be transformed into your mission. Here's a quick excerpt. Your roles are transformed into your mission when you recognize that they're the pathway through which you live out a greater purpose. Actors in a play have a specific role or mission in the performance. Our lives are much like that. When we see the purpose behind our mission, we're most apt to excel in our role. Our purpose complements or matches our natural resources and gifts. Before delving into the transformation and reward phases, the book characterized and explained how simplifying our roles and developing our purpose statements can help us navigate the seasons of life. I'll leave the rest of the book for you to explore. Being on purpose with passion and coming into your true success will be a truly enlightening experience. Now, no one can tell you what your purpose is. While this book and other people can help you on that journey to being on purpose, it's still 100% your responsibility to find out what your purpose really is. Question of the week. Do you know your purpose? Are you living on purpose? And if not, would you like help to do so? That would be 3 questions. I was about to say the same thing. Actually, that's 1 question with 3 parts. Anyway, they get it. Let me know your answer in the comments below. So who's this book for? Well, pretty much anyone. As you'll read, the characters range from age 17 up to well into retirement and from all different walks of life. In my opinion, you can't go wrong with this one. I would highly recommend you add this to your self-education library. You're never too young or too seasoned to figure out how to get in touch with your dreams and to live on purpose. Hard copies are available on Amazon, digitally on Kindle, and you might qualify to get an audio version for free on Audible. Check the links below. But if you're on a tight budget, there are other ways to get this for free as well. Get yourself a library card and check your local libraries. And remember, formal education can make you a living, but self-education can make you a life. See you next time.